for sure, because I still gotta cook.
You still gotta cook. Look, we're gonna live. Welcome to RockSingle. Oh, I gotta share it. That be see, I don't
Yeah,
like working from this
man,
phone.
look, because I'm on that too. Gotta make sure we share
I
it.
can't stand it. Ain't it?
Cause,
Welcome to RockSingle, y'all.
sharing is
I
caring.
am your host. Well, at least one. If you want to see me in the hood, I can't. You know what? Every time I get on, I promise I get like the randomest like.
Oh, let
I
me turn
do.
this down.
It's
I
not
always do
that
that.
dog food, which is
I go to check it every time I do that, and I hit the live stream. It be loud. My phone is always loud, and I'm like, oh, I ain't mean for y'all to be
me
able to hear
too. Me too. This ain't even moving. I'm very upset right now. My internet sucks, so I can't even share
it.
like I
Yeah,
would
and then
like to
the
share. So
right
I'm
side of my
gonna
phone doesn't
share.
really work. So like trying to type words and
What
stuff,
does
that's
that
like
mean?
I don't know what even happened. Like I went like my the K, and the M is like janky, and it's like you got to tap. Sometimes you might get an L or a J instead, or a P, or so yeah. And then my text prediction like pop in, and it's like, did you mean like no? I did not mean it's the word that has an M
I
in
did
it
not mean
that
that.
I meant
I did not mean
like.
that.
And don't let it start out with one of those letters, because if you can't start the word with the proper letter, then it's on a whole nother like tangent. It's like, oh, come
Child.
on.
Child.
Yeah, but
Mm-mm.
and that's
Mm-mm.
crazy, because that fits right into our first topic with the precepts.
Yes,
The precept. If you not starting
yes,
off on the right letter, on the right note, with the right word, in the
queen,
conversation at the right spot at the right time, y'all
queen.
trajectory gonna be off.
Oh, I mean, way off. Like I'm just like we close, but no cigar. No, 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 no.
Like, is that trauma, or did you mean somebody else did that to you, not me?
Yes, oh my God, the precepts of our concepts regarding relationship. That is the first subject that we are tackling. We're actually going to do two since we missed last week,
Mm-hmm.
but definitely tackling these two subject matters today. But let's go ahead and get started in those precepts and those concepts. I have put some in the group. I'm so upset I can't share right now, but that's okay. The common misconceptions in relationship, common misconceptions, and I'm going to go through those real quick. Let's
I'd
talk
be
about
tired of reading like the Facebook posts, because it's like that's all it is. That's all the comments is nothing but that. I'm just like,
Yep.
huh?
Yep.
And this how you think
All the
people
time.
act? Oh my!
Listen,
Oh,
sis,
who did that
sis.
to you?
And this is how you think. And this is how you think.
And this is how you go off and treat people. I'm just like, oh,
My sis.
that's
Do
rough.
I even want to like don't even take me into like the cutoff is real game? Like right now. I want to do cancel culture with cutoff. Who told you to cut people off? And I'm watching preachers,
Because people don't
pastors
like being
telling
triggered.
people
When they get triggered, they
who
like, oh, I'm gonna
told
cut you off. Like, oh no, you just don't want to do that self work so that
you
they
don't
can
want to
be
do that?
themselves over there and not trigger you over
Teach.
here. Like,
Teach,
I
queen. You
don't
ain't
letting
trying to
people
be
stress me out.
obedient to law. You ain't trying, and that's the thing that again, looking at the last segment that we did, the last season that we did, looking into that, we're understanding that people do not want to obey law. People do not want to forgive people.
Right.
As written. They want to forgive people how they want to forgive people, and then have them holding stuff over them and guilt
Yeah,
tripping them.
yeah.
And all
Remember when I forgave you?
that.
Huh? That's not a favor. Like
That
that's
was
not
that,
something you pay back.
that's not a favor. That wasn't a loan. You
Huh?
don't loan out forgiveness.
They be
I'm
trying
getting
it.
it, but what? Are you
I don't
serious?
know where they got that from. But
And let's
I
talk
don't think that's
about
how it works.
forgiveness. When you are the person, and here's the thing, that's when people always, this is what I love. I love when people talk about, issues in any form of relationship. And they talk about how the person did them dirty. But see, in the kingdom, when you say that that person did you dirty, you have now declared yourself as the person who is responsible for forgiveness. Why?
Yep.
Because that person is spiritually bankrupt. They have
Boom.
nothing at this point to give you. They can't give you anything. So you have to restore and put them in the original. You the one that got the coins in the bank. Yeah.
Boom.
Like, so
And
it's
people
like,
be out here miserly, my forgiveness. You can't have it. Like, huh? Like, how you? Oh, okay. Oh,
that's you. That's you. But when you do that too, when you keep my, guess what? You have no room for nothing else. You have
mm-hmm.
no room for nothing. You can't take in nothing new because my. Soul ties, sis. Soul
Oh,
ties. What
oh,
is the precept to this concept? Where did you get this from? Soul ties.
your family. People don't never dig back, and they. Oh no, my parents were happily okay. What about their parents and
What
they
about theirs?
and they sometimes
And
like you might be first generation happy and you still got to work off 4 or 5 generations of
queen, and you don't see
unhappy dysfunction, traumatic,
queen,
dysfunctional
queen,
communication, love, lies, deceit,
queen.
what's that, family on to side families, because like, yeah, you thought your parents might have been happily married, but they was probably just real good at hiding their problems from you.
That's it. That's it. They was hiding.
Like the
They weren't
Currys,
telling
like
you
they
everything.
pop up 30 years later and want to get divorced. Like what baggage y'all got? It's that
Yeah.
bad that y'all finna end 30 years of marriage
I mean,
this
and
late in the
speaking of
game.
which, going right into that, here's another precept to the concept that we have a relationship. We gonna stay together for the children. Why would you
Damn,
do that for me?
that's
Do
the dumbest
anything
shit
for
to get
me.
your
Please leave.
you
It's
doing.
not healthy for you to stay in a relationship because of your children and you're showing abuse in a
Mm-hmm.
relationship or abuse in a home. That's not healthy for your children.
Or
Rethink
even if
that.
you think you hiding it, trust me, they feel y'all.
They
They
see
feel y'all
it.
dysfunction.
They,
They
do you
feel the
understand, Queen?
tension
They
of the
feel.
hiding. Every time they come around, y'all got the little fake time. Uh, hey y'all, yeah, we happy.
Hey. Oh yeah,
Like
we are
that's
so
worse than
happy.
doing it for the gram. Like
Oh
what?
sis! Oh my God! It's worse than doing it for
Because then when your kids are asking
the
you
vibe.
real questions about relationships and stuff, then it's gonna trigger you
Yeah,
to give them advice on a healthy relationship. Because guess what? You ain't got
on
one.
healthy. Thank you.
Because you want
Thank
that for
you.
your
And
kids,
I
but
love
you
how you
don't
were
want that
talking
for
about
yourself. Please make it make sense.
teach, Queen, teach. And I love how you were talking about, infecting generations because this is the same thing that you're saying is about just like wealth. What if you're the first generation with this wealth? Well, you have to also know how to utilize it. You got to know how to be responsible with it. Like you saying, it's not just good to go forward and like, okay, we over. Well, we over. No, you go back for a reason because you need to go back to know where you come from so you don't return to it. And then the person that started the trend of the new trade that we're going to be handing down to the generations, it is your responsibility not only to do it and put it in place, but to teach.
Yep.
So it remains in place.
Because this one
Hey,
right here,
friend.
she
That's
she gonna
see,
have to she
that
gonna
is
have to make her own mistakes. Period. Point blank.
she.
You not
That's
making
it.
my mistakes. You not gonna read. Nope, nope, nope. Already did that. That's the whole
Teach,
purpose. No, you make your own. Okay. When I see you
teach,
about to go
queen.
and make one, no, I already did that one. Nope. Try something different.
Yep, yep.
I'll
On
let
my
you know.
life,
I already did it.
listen.
It's a problem. Don't do it again. There you go.
Hey, friend. And let them be. You let them be. They have to be out here to experience. Like
Mm-hmm.
God did the same thing for you. That's why I look at people and they abuse their children because they want to manipulate, control their children. There is a fine line between providing parental guidance and control.
Yep.
And you provide them with the proper autonomy at the right timing for them to make the decisions for themselves. That's your whole purpose. You are a guide. You are a
Mm-hmm.
tour guide. Hello? Just let them be and
Because they
let
get
them
out here and
learn.
then
Like
guess what they
she
can't
learned,
do? Make decisions without you. You got
queen,
your life. You too busy. God forbid you
queen,
die. How they gonna make decisions
queen.
now when you were the decision maker for them?
How? How? Tell me how. I remember
Ill
my cousin.
equipped.
My cousin had said she was just like, man, if I'm gone, I don't know what I was gonna do. And I'm like, that's not a thing to say. You know what I'm saying? As an adult, as somebody who has a parent who supposedly has guidance, that's a horrible statement to say if your mother or your father passed away, you don't know what to do. That means they ill prepared you. That's a sad thing. You've been ill prepared. You
That's why
know?
her name's Serenity. Like just the peace in her face. Like
Come on.
Just the not a care in the world. Like I'm telling you, I be watching. I'm like, so how do I do that? So I gotta okay.
Look at
So I'm a
no, see, like she looking down. I don't know what she doing. She looking down like
she
eyebrows
on her phone. Yeah, no, she doing her.
up.
Yeah, she got her little Coco Melon going on her
Oh, she
YouTube on
trying
her phone.
listen, she is conquering her problems right now. Y'all think she just on Coco Melon. That eyebrow went up to thought, like, oh, how can we change Coco Melon? Like I watched it. I watched it go like yes. Hey, bud.
Oh, click.
Hey,
She about to
bud.
click us off. She
Hey,
clicking on
bud.
stuff now.
But even going into that's another, just down the line of misconceptions. So you'll stay with each other for the children. That's a miscon. God never told you to do anything like that. Then
Mhm.
another thing is you will get married because you have children. Stop with the shotgun marriages. Who
Mhm.
told you to do that? Just because you have children together does not qualify you to get married. Don't let nobody get you into no shotgun. Y'all might as well go ahead. No, you might as well not go ahead if y'all not prepared.
I
Stop
wish
that,
somebody would tell me I should go ahead and marry her daddy. What?
girl.
Oh,
It's people out here that does that. It's
no.
pastors out here. It's
Trust me, no,
preachers out here.
I'm only
Y'all
making
might as well.
one mistake, okay, on that path. Already
Child,
did it and been blessed by the lesson and moved around, okay?
child, child. I'm not taking that test again. I'm not taking that test again. I'm not doing. What did you say? I was looking at the random white girl that was on your storyline today,
Oh no,
and I
because
was
okay, so that was my deep dive on TikTok about chemistry TikTok.
yeah,
Man, that is
I
hilarious.
loved it.
It's
I loved it.
hilarious.
And look at the idea of it. She's just like
It's like math
the
has a
nerve.
personality, but it
Has
does
a
because
personality.
yes, because the number, like the element that the number is attached to, or the molecule that the number is attached to, it
Uh-huh.
has a different type of purpose. So like if the number is the amount of solution, so it's the substrate that the reaction is occurring in, does this solution interact with the reaction at all? Is it a neutral solution? Like you have to like take all of that into account. You have to understand
Right.
the properties of each thing involved when all the ones that's not involved, because it could be just bystanders just watching. Like you said, what do you mean you don't feel like being a part of this reaction? Either
Right.
you do the work or you get out.
And that's why I was like, what did you show up for? What did you show up for? Like, and if
Just
that's
to
the case,
stand
they
there
have
and take up
personalities.
space.
They also have what is it? A race. Because that's a black person all day. How you gonna show up?
And
And
sometimes they
you can
show
do
up
the
late.
math.
Like you have certain things that'll hang around in the reaction and won't actually activate. Like they have activation energy for different types of reactions. So it won't do anything until you've reached a certain amount of activation energy. And that activation energy can come from other reactions occurring, or heat. If you add heat to a reaction, that tends to speed it up. A catalyst, they're not used up in the reaction, but they speed up the reaction. So they're involved, but they don't get used up like the reactants do. So it's like it's a lot that goes on. And that math, like the math can get messy real quick. It's not just numbers. Not it's not just 1 + 1 = 2. It's one of what plus one of what gives you two of what. Like that's what I was saying. I'm like
See
the
what I'm saying?
units. Yeah,
See
the
what I'm saying?
units are very important. And what you doing are adding to what? What's in that plus? Like you got to look
You
at the
see,
plus sign.
that's a black person. That's a black person all day. So if it got personality, that definitely has culture. I'll use the word culture, and that's a black culture right there. I don't. And if that's culture in science, and that's black culture in science, there's no way you can't understand how we are the authors of life. Like, come on, black people are in everything, including chemistry. I love it. I love it. Okay, let me see. We got 10 minutes. Let me see. We talked about soul ties. We talked about let's go through this. Friends can't court other friends' suitors or another friend. So you have a friend who maybe dated somebody else or whatever, and then this quote unquote social norm or rule is that because you're my friend, you can't date him.
Yeah, I think that that's a little
Who
bit weird
told you
too.
that?
Because I've seen a lot of like marriages come from that happening. Like the friend end
Right.
up break, but then now the two people they're not friends anymore because she mad at her or he mad at him for going. And it's like, but y'all, but you didn't even want like you didn't even go into any interaction with that person with the intent to find your your spouse.
With the
So it's just
intent,
like
Texas, Texas. You wasn't
so.
even in that relationship with the intent for it to be anything. Like, come on,
And
like
now they done gave this person all these messed up names, my sloppy seconds, use this, other person trash. Like, no, this is still
she ain't
a whole person that has all of their value and is still a whole person. Even after
teach
y'all
queen.
have had whatever interaction that it is y'all having. And your interaction is not going to
Teach.
be the same as the next person's
And
interaction,
somebody
even if
else's.
the next
And that's
person
the whole
is your friend.
purpose. That's the purpose. Teach queen. That is the purpose of relationship. It's just like being in school. I don't understand why y'all now, when you can play like you in high school, now you don't want to play high school games. Like, get out of here. This is the same as being in high school. When you're in high
I
school,
can't
you
make it.
go around from different people to
But they
different
claim
people. It
they
ain't got nothing to do
grown.
with you.
And then,
You're
but then they
trying to
get
find.
grown and they get possessive.
Come on,
Being possessive.
listen, they're in middle school possessive. They killing themselves over people that don't belong to them. They fighting over people that don't belong to them.
Minding
And y'all
somebody else's
teaching this at
business.
your house. Teach, sis,
But a lot of
sis.
times that be because they didn't did like because they did want that person, but instead of them being honest, they playing them high school games like, oh no, we was just cool, we was just kicking it. But no, you really wanted to have something deeper with this person, but you were just afraid and you
Yep.
didn't have the courage to speak up and speak your mind and
Teach.
speak your feelings to this person because you afraid of
Be
what they're gonna say
yourself.
back. You too worried
That,
about how they feeling instead of
yep.
expressing how you are feeling. Minding
That's it.
somebody else's business makes it where you can't take care of your own. Mind your
And
own
that's how
business.
easy you get there. That's how easy you get there. Had you just been yourself, and that's like, listen, everybody is on a live audition. Everybody in the single world, you're on live auditions. You as a woman have every right to see Tom, John, Jimmy, Kimmy, whoever it is. You have every single right. But what's your character? That's what then as you John, you have every right to see Tasha, Selena, Katina. It was about three Kims, Latoya, and Keisha. You can see all them if
How
you
did you find
want
your
to.
favorite flavor popsicle? You didn't find your favorite flavor of popsicle only eating the red one. You didn't find out that the blue one or the white one was your favorite by only eating the red popsicle. So I'm trying to figure out how you're only interacting with one person and you think that that person is your person. That person is going to be the person
Mhm.
that you marry. Well, if that's the only person you interact with, I guess that kind of makes it where
I
they're
guess
the
so.
only choice. Like you
I
haven't
guess
given
so.
yourself options. You haven't
I get.
attempted to even interact or connect with other people because you didn't had made this unwritten rule like, well, if I'm talking to more than one person at a time, I'm a player or I'm loose or
Who told
no,
you that?
no.
Who
That's
told you that?
that's you letting other people mind your business.
Thank you. Thank you. I love that analogy. How did you get to your favorite popsicle? There's no way to. And here's another thing. Stop listening to people that just say red the best. Oh, well, maybe it's the best for you. That might not be the best for me. Like, and then again, just because it's again two popsicles in the same box, different popsicles. It's still different
Different
popsicles.
brands,
You can
because
be
trust me,
next to
them brands
a
made a
popsicle.
difference.
Sis, like
You like they put no sugar. They didn't even put the unhealthy sugar in this one. This is color water.
right. I'm just
This ain't
saying,
even a
like,
flavor. It's just literally red. Red, blue, green, yellow. These is not even
come
flavored. They're
on,
just sweet water.
come on,
The color
sis,
is
come
a visual
on,
trick for your taste buds. You
come
think like you see the
on.
color and you think it's gonna taste different when really it's all just the same sugar. Like
It's all
Skittles.
the
That
same.
blew my mind. The red pack of Skittles, all of them have the exact same flavor.
You know what? I ain't shocked.
If I'm lying, I'm
I'm
that
not shocked.
like the ones
I'm
that
not
are
shocked.
actually flavored are the ones that have like the little thing on the front where it says like smoothie or tropical. Those are
Uh huh.
actually flavored, but the regular red pack of Skittles
I believe you.
are all the
I
same
believe you.
flavor. I was because
Some
as a
got
kid, I was like, dang, the purple one tastes kind of the same as the red, and so I would just throw them all in my mouth, and it was like, okay, it's just sweet. But it didn't dawn on me that they didn't have a separate flavor. I just thought that something was wrong with my taste buds, and I couldn't taste it.
And then the more that you make that out to be, because now when it says taste the rainbow, you put all them colors together, that's black. It's one.
It do it be a big brown nasty slimy.
Yeah, it's one flavor. It's really
that's a big ball of cabbage.
like a nasty ball of cabbage too, like a huge one. Like, oh my God. But it's the truth. It's the truth. How do you get there? How do you get there? And everybody is everybody's friend. Everybody is everybody's friend. If you were with somebody and it didn't work out, it probably wasn't supposed to. You wasn't probably supposed to be with that person. And more than likely, guess what? You wasn't supposed to sleep with that person. That's what you get.
And that's what it be too. So they be hopping in bed before they even build any type of real interaction, any real connection. They barely know this person's name. And then you want to be mad about how they treat you after all of that because you think that, like, well, if you know that that's something that's like that's, you know, beautiful, important, valuable, then why are you giving it up like that? It ain't gonna feel away when they don't treat you like it's valuable.
Come on, sis.
You didn't treat it like it was valuable. So how you
you gonna lie to yourself? You're not even treating yourself as if of value. So you gonna lie to you and expect somebody else to treat you that way? We gotta cut this stuff out because we're falling out in relationships with people for no reason. No reason. You set them up. You are the issue, ma'am.
Because you're fragile, sir, and you don't want to take accountability for your own action. None. Or they listen to these songs too much and now they are savage, but they not really.
You are not. No, you are not a
Trust me, if you emotionally tied to that and you feel away and you can't like just dap them up at a party, like, yeah, okay, yeah, you know, we cool, and going about your day, wish them the best, all that stuff. They get their girlfriend or they get a boyfriend after you, and you actually happy for them.
That's savage.
You're not a savage, baby. You can't do that one.
You can't do that. If you do that, you ain't rocking true, and you ain't rocking true friendship either.
I didn't give advice to people that did definitely get them married after. I didn't care. I was like, bro, we're not even here for all of that. Like, and I told you, my friend. We're friends.
That's it. Because we should have been friends to begin with. Do you understand the importance of just that innocent friendship when you can really tell your friend where they can go? Tell your friend what's happening, what they're doing, correct them, love them, forgive them, restore. Do you understand what comes with that for yourself?
Yep. Because I definitely tell like, see, where you had messed up with me was, so you might not want to do that with her if you actually like her.
Yeah.
I'm one of them.
Yeah, I mean, but
like, yeah, no, that's not. Women don't actually like that. Don't do that. you gonna text her that? No, you don't. You better not. No, give me this phone.
Don't you do that, because it's not about you making no points. It's about how it makes you look. And I'll be dang gone if you're gonna be my friend and you out here looking all crazy and desperate and no, we don't do that. You sitting that. Give me that. I'm with you, sis. I'm with you.
Yeah. Like, do you actually like her? Like, no, don't send that. She gonna think that you just trying to get the booty. Like, no, we're not. No, you don't treat.
Do you value you, King? Do you value you, King? Because you got to understand you're a value too. Like, you know, I be in positions and situations. I'm not taking nothing from you. I don't want that from you. That's worth. And if you can't see that, I pity you. I pity you. Put the work in. You know what I'm saying? Being in a relationship heals wounds or will save or rescue you. Who told you that? Because so many people are filling the gaps of their own insecurities with another person. Look, this is not gonna work.
They're waiting on Captain Saver to come along instead of them actually doing the work. Like I was saying, taking responsibility, accountability for their own wounds.
Sis, like they're coming in like
healing. And then, like, and that's the thing, like, if you've already done that, then yes, you can definitely do that together in a relationship, because it might be something on your back that you can't see. And that person, hey, you know, you got a thing back here. You want me to clean that? You know, put the band down. So, like, but if you're not already in the process of trying to heal, then you're gonna be upset when they come pouring alcohol. What are you doing? That what?
Yeah.
Why did you do that?
Yeah.
You're gonna be upset.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. You gonna be mad.
because you're not gonna be
Get mad.
ready.
Put your cape on. Put your cape on.
And
For
then don't be
real.
expecting somebody to do something for you that you can't do for them. Because 9 times out of 10, you're looking for somebody to save you. You can't save nobody. If you can't even save yourself,
yo. You can't. Here's the thing. Let's be clear about that. You can't save yourself, and I couldn't save myself. You gotta turn to the same source I had to turn to. And when we do that, then we can come together as one. But we cannot come together broken and unbroken and expect that God gonna fix that. No, he told you to fix that before you got in it. And you keep trying to do things like we were talking about in the beginning of this show, out of order. You try to put that cart before the horse and wondering why. And everybody keep looking at it. And every time you keep unassembling it, you put it back together the same way. And everybody keep looking at you like
they be trying to turn these sticky links into marriage vows. Like, how you were a secret. Like, let's start a sneaky link. Like, if you call anybody a sneaky link, like, why is relationship on the trajectory of wherever, like, whatever? I'm not doing that. I am not. Come on now. No. It's going. You gonna have to have a whole like plan laid out for me to be. Okay, I might take you out of the sneaky link box. But
do you understand?
I'm telling you, you're gonna have to come with like a blueprint. You got to get the presentation going with the board and the pictures and the PowerPoint. I need all of that.
I need to see it. And again, it's when God raised his standard in you, and you are just like, you know what? I'm not tired of people. I'm tired of myself making these decisions that don't benefit me.
I'm like, girl, you was tripping. I look back and I was like, I was tripping.
I'm talking about tripping.
Like, what was wrong with me?
And when you lack identity and when you have self-doubt about yourself, but yeah, you have self-doubt.
You breaking up real bad. Am I breaking up too?
It's kind of, I hear it, but I can hear you. Can you hear me?
You sound like a robot.
I don't know. I can come back in. It still sounds like that?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll come back. Let me come back. Just get on my nerves.
Oh yeah. Wait, did we do that one? Oh, get married. Yeah, we did that one. Oh, men and women can't be friends. That's a weird one too. And she did have in parentheses odd. Like, yeah, that's odd. If you're a person and you can't be friends with another person, that's a problem. Like, their sex shouldn't affect friendship. Like, because friendship, it what is that? Supersedes all of that. Like, friendship is a spiritual connection. Like, friendship is energy to energy, inner self to inner self. And your inner self has both energies. Like, what's between your legs is not going to make you more or less nurturing than the next person. Okay. When you're a friend to another person, whether you're a man or a woman, your friend is going to expect nurturing, because that's how you grow a connection. That's watering your grass to make sure it's staying green. That's what nurturing is. That is a feminine energy. Okay. That is not something that's just reliant on what you got between your legs. If you think that is the case, that's why you are incomplete. That's why you are a half of what you were created to be as a whole. We are whole within ourselves, meaning that you have the energies and the qualities of what we have split in society into two separate bodies. That is not it. Because what about the people that are okay with being alone? Does that mean that they not does a single man, does that make him not nurturing? No, if he has healthy friendships and family relationships and all of that stuff, then obviously he is a nurturing person. That doesn't make him a woman or any less of a man. That is exactly who God created him to be, is a nurturing whole person.
Like himself. like himself. And when you're using the terms of growth, see again, that's why I love Marley King, and like shout out to Marley King,
Yeah.
bro. You was going in yesterday, but if you understand what he's talking he's talking about seed development and growth, life. That's life. Everything is gonna be so. When you're nurturing a seed, when you're nurturing a harvest, cultivating, that's your
Mhm.
job. That's what
Even
we're here to
gardening.
do. These are origins,
Gardening is
commandments. Go ahead.
actually a feminine activity. That is
Come on.
like that's actually categorized because it takes nurturing. It takes that
Mhm.
actual that growing energy. That's what women do with our wombs. So
Yep.
gardening in itself, if you have grown anything, you planted the seed and you grew it and it sprouted, you have done a feminine activity. Does that
That's
make
it.
you feminine? Does that make you a woman?
It can't. It can't. And even to like make it, whether it's like you're saying feminine or masculine, like soul spirits have no gender. So it
Right.
can't be that where we need the gender is in production, is in order. Other than that, man, we can get this work done. Let's get
And
this
that's
work done.
because guess what happens? And that like
Yeah.
I had a whole lot of debates with people. I was in this, I don't even know. I forget what it was called. Black Kings loving Black Queens. The title sounded nice. It sounded nice until you got in there and you saw the mess that they was in there saying. But it was weird because like all the posts that the men was talking about was basically how women don't want to submit or they tired of women having this masculine whatever. And I'm just like, you do understand that masculine energy is the get stuff done energy. So imagine if you out at work and you need something done or you want anything done. Cleaning, that's an activity. Cleaning is not a feminine activity. It's not. It is active.
It
And
can't,
you can
sis.
burn good calories cleaning.
Sis, it can't be. If you're by yourself and you're a man, who's cleaning? It
I was trying to
can't
make it make sense. Who
be.
cooking?
You who cooking? That's why it can't be like that. If you're by your, there's no way that this just like some one-sided. No, it's master singleness. Cook for yourself. Take care of
I
yourself.
couldn't make
Clean
none of
your
that make
house.
sense. And then it's like they wanted like women to bring something to the table. But I'm like, you do understand that requires masculine energy. Working, getting a job, going out,
Because again,
providing.
we're help. We are
That requires
help.
masculine energy.
Listen, I'm saying it does it again. So that's why it's like it don't even make sense. Get the work. Get the work done. Like it requires it. It requires it. Let me see, because I know we got to do equally yoked, and we got 20 minutes left. Let me make sure we checked off everything on this list. Because we can always come back to unequal yoke. So we talk about soul ties, created. You were created for one true love. That's kind of with the soul ties.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and deal with it. I was created for one person. Who
You
told you
do
that?
understand that
Who
we
told you?
change and we grow. We are on our own path. We are created for
Hmm.
one true path. When you on that path, guess what? Other people's paths, they might cross, they might parallel, they
Come
might
on.
wind and all of that. But guess what? When they veer and you stay on yours, they gonna go where they going. So then that obviously means that you either gonna be by yourself at some point or you're going to
Mhm.
end up being with somebody else as the person you
At
started off
some
with. As they
point,
path go off somewhere else and somebody else's path come in, guess what? There's a new person there now. You are a
there's a new
different person.
person.
There's two new
You
people
don't never
actually, because
stop.
you on the other part of that journey is a new person too.
Right. Life doesn't stop because you and somebody else didn't make it. Life doesn't stop because a person died. Life doesn't stop. Like people be like, oh, but I guess it's like so many years supposed to go by that you're supposed to date again after some person died. Who told you that? I'm here for God's purpose, not the purpose of Takesha. What is wrong with you?
Mm-hmm.
What is wrong with you? We go so far
Or the people that
into
be like, I
idol
thought we was
worship, we
gonna
don't
spend
realize
forever together. What is
we
what?
got.
We don't even live
I was
forever. How you
made
gonna spend
for
forever?
him. I was made for him. Who told you that? You was made for man. Do you understand the difference? Not a particular person,
Oh,
man. And like you said, hey, I could be teamed up with this man, and guess what? We part. All I got to do is keep going, keep being, and I guess he gonna tie me with another one.
You
I don't
limit your
know whose
greatness like
life I'm
that
supposed
when
to
you do
impact
that.
and
Like,
affect. Yeah,
you can't be
but
great
we'll
and
blind
limited at the
ourselves.
same time. It's weird. It's weird.
Sis, where are we getting this stuff? Men and women can't be friends. When you got a relationship, you can't be friends with a man, or you can't be friends with a woman. Why? Because you're insecure? Because you haven't dealt with your own insecurities?
That's what
Who
that's
told
what it
you
sound
this?
like. Or
Who?
my favorite thing is when your partner projects the other person's intentions onto you. Like, you know they want to sleep with you, right? Okay, what that got to do with me? Like, it's a lot of people that I don't know and don't interact with that probably want to sleep with me. So I'm
They
trying to
do.
figure
Yeah.
out how me having a conversation with this person is a problem.
Is a
Right?
problem. How does
I'm
that
like, I'm trying to make it make sense in my head. And they just look at me like, oh,
it
because
makes
you
sense?
want
And
to
then
too. That's
people be
like,
they'll be
huh?
like, sis, they'll be like, okay, this girl can't be your friend, but you go to work and you got coworkers who you spend more majority of the time with. So you telling me they
The
can't have
whole
friend
day.
coworkers, they can't have friend bosses, they can this it doesn't sound right. It sounds like some manipulation, some type of control, and a
Mhm.
bending of a wheel. But when you bending somebody else's wheel, you're not bending their wheel just towards you. You're bending their wheel away from him, away
Mhm.
from God. You and God got a problem.
Yep.
And you think it's cool. It ain't cool. It ain't cool. Hold on, let me
And you
see
be
another
just
one real quick. We're
disturbing
gonna
the
go on to
peace.
the no, sis. Okay. Hey. All men's a dog and all men's are dogs and only want one thing. Women are bees and hoes and money hungry.
Yeah, I'm so
Who
sick of that narrative.
told you
I'm
that?
just
I'm
like,
tired of that too, sis. I'm tired of that. I'm
because
tired of
and
that.
and the funny
That's
thing
like
is that the people who say it haven't even been with people that's like that. They projected that idea onto that
my
person, and when
Lord.
they saw them do anything that fit that perception, that's what
Let me
they were
tell you.
already labeled that. You already
Yeah.
labeled this person that, and once they did something that fit that label,
See,
then you was like, "See,
see,
I knew it.
see.
I knew that's
Yeah.
like no, like I feel like." Y'all, like, if you were already like on that level, or you were offering
Teach,
some type of help or
teach,
whatever it was you were offering, now because they
teach,
accepted it, and if what you were offering was monetary,
teach.
this is what kills me. You're offering money. You can offer time, energy, effort, but you
Yeah.
don't want to offer the time. You don't want to offer the effort. You don't want to
Teach.
text them, call them. Like, because my thing, like, don't text me all
Teach.
day. Don't text me to death. That doesn't count as effort, because I can
No.
text you and be doing 30 different things. That's not
Sis.
that's not effort to me. If you don't
Sis.
call me or you don't spend face to face time talking to me,
Yep.
giving me your undivided attention, you have not put any effort into our
No.
connection in
No
my
type of
eyes.
deposit.
So if
No
all
type
you
of
did was
deposit.
text this person, you texted them in the ground, WYD, you can't even spell out the words. You so quick at
Sis.
texting and doing other stuff.
Uh,
GM, you can't even say good morning. GM.
right.
Yeah, like this how you texting this person
Yeah.
all the time. And then you have in your mind, y'all then built a relationship on this sand, and then
Mm-hmm.
now you feel like, okay, well, I think this person is worth more than just these little sad texts, so now I offer money as effort in place of effort. So you
You
take them
see?
out on
People.
expensive dates, you
Yeah.
buying them
See?
expensive gifts. They didn't ask you for these
See?
gifts, but they're going to receive them,
People
they're going
know
to
how to
accept
buy that
them
way.
because they're nice gifts. Like, you buy me
Man,
some
they try
diamond
to
earrings,
do it.
I'm wearing the diamond earrings, period, point blank.
Teach.
But that don't mean I'm gonna
Teach.
buy you diamond
That
earrings
don't
or
mean
buy or spend
nothing.
that type of
That
money on
don't
you.
mean nothing. That
But
don't mean
I put the
nothing.
time and effort in. Trust me, that time and effort is just as valuable. But because you value
Yes.
money and you don't value my time, that's what it is. The
Yeah.
values are in different places. So when
Listen.
you're
Listen.
valuing money over time and effort, and I'm valuing time and effort over money,
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at your money as like I'm not a peasant.
Listen, and I
You
can't be
can't be
bought.
this
And
peasant's
I'm not for
gifts.
sale. And I'm not for sale. And I can't be bought. And that's what people try to do. Like you said,
Mm-hmm.
instead of putting in the work and the energy, that the time into yourself to heal and handle your business, you try to back folks off. So they can
Yep.
like ignore the problems that you present into their lives. No, ain't nobody.
Yeah, that's why J-Lo
Listen,
snapped with that. My love don't
don't
cost a thing.
thing. It
Mm,
don't,
mm,
and it shouldn't.
okay.
And you shouldn't have to prove love. It shouldn't cost nothing. Listen, it's already been paid for. He
Yep.
paid the price for the
To
love
show
he's
up.
asking you to offer. Come on now. Marital vows between a man and a woman. Let me, because we keep thinking that the vows are between a man and a woman. No, the vows are not going to be between two fallible people that can't keep nothing. This is why you got handwritten contracts that folks still can't
You
even
can't even
keep.
wake up when your alarm clock go off. You said that was
Girl,
a vow. You vowed to get up at 6. You hitting snooze till 6:30.
you can't even keep the commitment with your clock, and you trying to have a whole vow with a person. The vow is between you and God for the other. You're telling him that I'm making a commitment, a devotion to you for him. And guess what? He know you're not going to be able to keep up your end of the bargain.
May
So
the
he's
Lord watch
there to
between
cover.
you and me when we are one from another.
Sis,
That's
queen, talk about
what's
it.
that's what's making it good on the wood. On that vow, on that covenant, is that God
That's
is
it.
assuring that
God is it is his reputation on the line. His namesake, not yours. And that's why we have so many marriages that resemble people as opposed to resembling him. And your marriage is just as deformed as you. That's why you got the neck where the head is and the head where the neck is. And it's a deformity. It is a
looking
spiritual
crazy.
deformity.
Talking about people bay goals and relationship goals.
Girl,
Okay, how you don't even know what their relationship is.
Girl,
You talking about their goal.
Girl.
Huh? For all you know, they got a strictly minded, like, because it's definitely power couples that's like that. They look good together and they're very good business partners.
That's it.
But they don't even see each other outside of whatever it is that they doing to put money in their pockets.
Child, please. They probably got their little people on the side who they really
all of
like.
that. Yep, all of that.
Stop.
Just because it's cheaper to keep her.
Hello, sis.
He trying to keep his last $2.
Happy life. So $2. Happy life. Happy wife.
And that was the song I was just singing. It's cheaper to keep her.
Who told you that? That sounds like some stuff you got to put in place to like cover your tracks or something you done did to her. What are you talking about? That God never wrote that nowhere. He never wrote that. What are you doing?
Because she could be perfectly happy and you could be miserable. Not a good marriage. And it might not even be her fault that you miserable. Because you not doing the work on you because you so focused on making her happy. You not even sharing like, well, I want to do this, or it would be nice if you could do this for me. Because guess what? That person not a mind reader. That person don't know that you tired or you ain't been sleeping well because they probably sleep like a baby next to you and you up here tossing and turning. So you didn't toss and turn for 2 weeks and now your sleep jacked up, your mood jacked up. You've been eating too much sugar. So that's probably why your sleep messed up. Stop eating that sugar.
Another thing. That's another thing.
Especially before bed.
What you crave. All day, all day.
And people think alcohol helps you sleep better. Actually, it messes your sleep up. So stop trying to drink wine and all that stuff to go to sleep because all that's ruining your sleep. And you wonder why you got an attitude the next day. Because you need to.
And a whole attitude too. And a whole attitude.
Because you ain't sleep as good as you think. You passed out. That's not the same thing as rest.
It is not the same thing as rest.
It
is not. Rest is not peace of mind, and you're not getting it. You're not getting it, and you won't get it until you heal, bro. Sis, you will not get it until you heal. Master yourself. Work on the things that you need to work on for yourself. Tend to your garden, your business, meaning the things you came here to do. This is part of what he's telling you. Seek the kingdom, seek his right. He will add everything else unto. And the question is, what is it outside of his need that he supplied? Look at all these past tense terms. I give people that be like, pray for me, pray for this. I can't pray for nothing he's already giving you. We ain't going to court asking for something, because that's what it is. When you petitioning him, it ain't just you going before him, and you're going to court and asking for what is just due to you. So how are we going to ask for something he already gave? That's going to send us into some type of kingdom accounting issues. We don't need him looking for stuff like, okay, so if I don't kingdom account, So if I gave you that, you don't know what it. Shut up. So if I gave you
Adding that
that,
up
what are we
like
gonna do with this? I don't need no audience. I don't need a spiritual audience. Like we
nah,
don't. No,
nah.
we go asking for what is just due to us. But if he
Yeah,
already gave it to you, ain't no point in you asking for no
right.
mess like that.
But that's
We
what
can
people
make
ask for, things and not skills.
this
Like that's
this.
why I love me some Jim Rohn, because he was definitely a man of faith, and you could tell he was very deep. He was very deep in his word, and
Yeah.
he would say like little tell. I'm like, I know that was in the Bible. I know where you read that. But he said that don't ask for fewer problems. Ask for more
Mm,
skills. Ask
that's
to
it. I love
be
that.
better. Because guess
That's
what
it.
happens when you get better? Things get better. You see how that works? Because the stuff is already there. You're the one that's not where the stuff is. You the one lagging. Okay? God already been came, left, went, gone, circle around, came back. Like, you still here? How you
You
still
still,
sitting right here? You
why
said
are
you
you
wanted that over
still?
there. You got to go
Didn't
over
I
there
tell you to
to get
go
to
ye?
that you was
I
asking
didn't
me
say that.
for.
You didn't see it wrote down in every Bible. You know that Bibles are just about free. You was at that hotel the other day, remember? I saw you there. I knew you was gonna go there. You didn't read the part where it said, "What is what's wrong with you?" So you still right here. All right. I'm gonna
Bless
go
you,
ahead and
baby.
go. I'm gonna go.
Bless
I
you.
guess I'm gonna spin this block again. I'll spin this block again, and I'm
Right.
gonna see what's going on. Like, because apparently, oh man, we got 7 minutes. We can talk about being unequally yoked.
Oh
Being
yeah.
unequally yoked,
That's
and
the
and
that's the
and the
big
issue that comes with unequal yoke, and what he says specifically, I want to make sure I said that right because I don't know if I
right.
said specific or specific. When I heard it,
It
it
was a
came out
it
one
was a
ear, and I'm
mixture.
like, did I say that? But what he says specifically is, how can two listen. How can two walk? That means movement together, not by themselves separately. How can two go together when they don't agree? When they don't agree, you have paralyzed yourself when you don't agree. There is no movement when you don't agree. And I'm sure you're like, well, agree on what? Oh, the same thing that you should agreed on in friendship, that the Bible is infallible, inspired, inerrant, and the final authority for everything. He never told you to agree on y'all favorite movies, y'all favorite activities. Get that childishness out of here.
That'd be the weird stuff. Because you trying to date yourself. You can do that by yourself.
See, oh
You
my
can
God.
have movie night
Oh my God.
with yourself. Like,
Thank yourself. Yeah.
but that's what people want to do. They
That's
want to
it.
find themselves in another person.
That's crazy. You should be finding him in another person. You should be looking for him. That's character. You're looking for character. Stop putting a face with it. Stop. That's called
I
image.
be
That's
tired of
idol
myself. That's the
worship.
only reason why I be bothered with other people, because I'm sick of
Come on.
me. Like,
Girl,
why would I want to try to get away from myself and
another
then go and be
me.
around myself? But that's
Yeah.
why that stuff be happening, because you already
Yep.
tired of yourself, and now you
Yep.
dating, you with somebody, you all up in the same space, same house, all up in your face with yourself,
Sis,
and you already tired of yourself.
you
So
already tired
how
of
is that
you.
supposed to work?
Don't mention the children that act like you. So I know you
Ah,
tired of you on repeat.
I know what it is.
I know
See,
what I can
man,
tell.
she be on my nerves. I sure be looking at her like, dang, why you be doing that? Because I can't even be mad because
When
I
I
did it
tell
too.
you, when I tell you, Mads, girl, she older, so Mads, the law. You think when you talk about somebody that know law, she know more law than I do. And don't ever try. Don't come for it because she gonna tell you. First of all, that's my business. Don't talk about my business. So because it's the truth. It's the truth. So the moment we talking and we talk about we can't talk. Hey, I teach that. She's the enforcer. She don't
Mm-hmm.
play no game.
And
If I
that's
get
what it
caught
is too.
me
Yep.
and her, girl,
Mm-hmm.
girl.
Yep. Hold you accountable. So you can ain't no hypocritical parenting around here. Say,
No.
no, because that's not what you
Mm-mm.
said last week.
And I loved it.
What you mean what
And
I
I
said?
loved it.
Because I sure was when I had that I could verbatim. I had
Yes, ma'am.
photographic memory. I could
What?
scroll. Hold on, let me get my
Hold on.
stenographer
Excuse me.
notes.
Give me real
Like,
quick. 3 seconds.
remember you
I got it right
said,
here. Hold on. Hold on. So you said,
especially
tell me.
don't especially don't say something that they wanted you to say. Oh, Yeah, oh, I
Yeah,
can't wait.
I'm
I'm
telling
right
you,
in line with that. Like,
wait
no,
for
because
it.
already said it. Nope.
Wait for
Don't
it.
take it
And
back
that's what she
now.
should do. And that's what she should do. Because again, just because she's my daughter does not make her not my friend or her being a friend back to me. What do you do with your friends? You correct them.
Mm-hmm.
Just because she's younger in a smaller house,
There's a
don't
whole
mean that
lot
she
of
doesn't have
parents
a right
that
to
can't
correct.
take that correction coming from their kids. Why?
How then?
Your kid is a whole
Why?
person. Like if you look down on your children or you talk to them in a condescending way, that is not parenting.
Yeah.
That is
No,
abuse.
it's not.
That is
That is
emotional,
abuse, sis.
mental, and verbal
It is
abuse.
abuse. It is abuse. It is abuse. It is abuse. And do you know how many people are overcoming childhood
Man,
trauma?
look, like I swear, it's got to be like 4 or 5 generations worth of
Everybody.
people out here still dealing with stuff that they had to put up with
Listen,
from how
four,
they were
five
raised.
generations. She
They
ain't talking
blaming it
about
on the
about
people
four,
around
five
them now.
generations.
No, no, no. That stuff is deep. It's embedded
Right,
in society. Like even
right.
the way the laws and stuff run. It's like you have to be a
Teach.
certain age to do certain things that you should
Yeah.
already know about. Like you should at least be
Thank you,
exposed to
Queen.
and understand it.
Thank
But
you,
because
Queen.
you not even supposed, you can't even legally do it. It's like you're not even supposed to know about it. Like if you hear a
That
kid
doesn't.
talking about alcohol and drugs, stuff like what you know about you, they supposed to know everything about it
They
because
should.
you want them
They
to
should.
learn as much as they can
Yep.
before they even have access to the stuff, so they can make a
Yep.
fully informed decision.
Thank
Like, oh,
you,
yep, I'm using
sis.
this to drown my sorrows. Pass me another
Yep.
bottle. Like, and
Yep.
then at least they can be in a proper place
Thank
to get help.
you, sis.
So
See?
they not
No, I'm
addicted
so
and don't even know
serious.
they addicted because
My Lord.
it was hidden from
Sis.
them and they saw people sneaking it. They seen adults sneaking it
Teach.
and acting all ashamed. Like, no, if you're gonna drink, baby, go ahead. If you
You
want to
might as
drink to
well.
unwind,
You
you
might
want to
as
drink to
well.
have a good
But at
time,
least
you
be
want to drink
true
to do
in it. At least be
exactly.
true in it. Like you saying, like, yep, I know I'm drinking my sorrows. But yeah, my mama told me what this is when I'm doing this and the other. Pass the bottle. But you ain't lying to yourself. See, you at least you
Exactly.
gotta start. You gotta
Mm-hmm.
start. Like the problem is the lying to yourself.
Yep, and all these
That's the
extra
issue.
euphemisms and stuff like that. Oh, yeah, we finna get lit. We finna get turned. You mean you finna? That's why it's called intoxication. Like you are literally pouring toxins into your
Into
body. And then the point of when they say intoxication means that you have a certain percentage of that toxicity in your blood to the point to where now it's affecting your inhibitions, your cognitive state, your mental faculties, and your decision making. That's what
hello,
inhibitions are. That is your
hello,
decision making
hello,
frontal lobe brain,
hello,
and liquor shuts that down. That's the
hello,
first thing to go.
hello.
The
I'm
first. So
just
you can't be like, oh yeah, no, I
I'm
was
just
cool to drive. But no, your decision making was already impaired. When you took that first drink, that was the first thing that was impaired is your
that's it.
decision making.
That's
When
it.
you drive, you are constantly making decisions. Constantly. And the fresher you are at driving, honestly, if you wasn't that good of a driver sober, I
Oh
would
God,
definitely
you
say
use that word.
don't try and do that. And people be lying to themselves about how good they are at driving too.
Sis, they lie to themselves about a lot of things. Driving is the least
Cause when
concern
you
of
be
everything.
riding next to that, like let you ride with you ever tried to follow your friend, like in your mind, like the way they
Sis,
talk, you knew they was a good driver, and you try to like this
sis.
person, they cannot drive. Like just send me the address on GPS.
And not to mention, you can't even drive. Not only, you didn't forget that I'm following. You're not even a good leader. You're not even a good leader. You don't even care.
Woo.
Somebody's back here, sis.
The struggle be real, but it's like outside looking in, you get a broader picture, but you think like
Yeah,
because somebody on the outside looking in, they can't see you. Like just because you
yeah,
got your windows and your curtains closed, don't mean I don't know you live in that house.
sis. Come on. I'm telling you, the realities that we put ourselves in and believe, and then we'll hit ourselves with quotes. Somebody hit me with a quote, and they were talking about truth and how truth hurts, and everybody can't handle truth. And I said, but see, that's the thing about it is, see, everything that sound good ain't sound. When you say truth hurt, interchange that because you're saying God hurt. When did God hurt anybody? Because He the truth. So when did He hurt? Let me tell you what hurts. Hurt comes from one, your expectations. Two, hurt comes from when you continue to live a fraudulent lifestyle and their reality
That's the
hits.
one.
And you got to keep up the fraud in the real. That hurts.
That's what it be.
That
And that's
hurts.
what it be when you get faced with the Cause I be seeing all them posts like people trying to talk bad about the next
Bitch,
person when
queen.
they in the exact same situation. So how is
Bitch,
your situation?
queen.
No, it's different with me because
Oh, here we go. Here
so
we go.
you not
It's
sleeping on
different
somebody's
with
couch
you.
too? Oh,
Have
oh.
okay.
So you ain't
All right. We be so quick
bumming,
to justify actions, don't
cigarettes
we?
and
We
all
be
this
so
stuff.
quick to justify
You ain't in the
actions.
club broke too, huh? Oh, oh.
Sis, cut it. Now, if you want to cut something off, cut it. Cut them lies off. Cut that facade off. You need to cut it.
But
Cut
that's
that
what
off.
people love
You
laughing
know,
and joking about. And like even if you're not in that same situation, trust me, you got something that you're not handling well. There's something
queen,
in your life
queen.
that
It's
you're not
something.
handling well because
It's
you're too busy
something.
making jokes about somebody else not handling
My
something well
queen.
that you have.
My
Like we don't
queen.
all have the same skills, so I can't laugh at you because you can't cook.
Thank you. That
I
doesn't
can't
make
build
sense.
nothing. So at least not without
That's like
YouTube and a whole lot of time.
sis, sis. And that's almost everybody at this point. But that the way that you're describing it again, that's like sitting there talking about somebody who's physically handicapped. And y'all just sitting there laughing at them and joking about, like, well, how could you do that to someone? So that's the same thing as somebody who's incapable of doing something that you can. It's not
Exactly.
about them being
Instead of just
slow
showing them
or
how.
retarded. You can, and your whole purpose of being here is for you to do that. I can't, I'm not a scientist, so I don't need to be a scientist. You feel
Yeah.
I ain't come here for the science. That's not where I am. Like that's not my lane. So to
That's
go into
the
the
give a
science
man a
lane, I'm
fish, he
all
eats for a day. Teach a man to fish, he eats for a lifetime. That's literally what that is. If you see
yes,
somebody
yes,
struggling and you just give them the thing that they're struggling to get to, you
yes.
haven't helped them
No, you didn't. You hindered. You actually hindered. You
because they
actually
haven't
hindered.
developed the skill to get
Queen,
that thing.
queen, development. Development. And we talked about that, I believe, in one of the shows when we were talking about the butterfly coming out.
Yeah.
There are certain things in the butterfly you were saying on the wings
Mm-hmm.
that's necessary for them when they get, coming out of the struggle is imperative. Like you have to. You have to. And if you don't get through and go through the proper way, guess what? When you come out and somebody opened that up for you to let you out because they thinking they trying to help, you die a different death.
Yep.
You die a different death. You die a death of living a life that you can't even totally be fulfilled in. Just
Mm-hmm.
die. Just die.
Because now you're gonna have to constantly be helped. Like,
Bitch. Constantly be helped.
yeah.
And you never had to. You never had to. Yeah.
That's why I've always
Yeah.
been a big learner. Like just show me where to find it. And then sometimes like I also learn like people don't they be paraphrasing and summarizing the wrong stuff in the wrong way. They done added their own little swirl and spin to it. And then they send you where they got that information. And I'll be real. I'm like, this is not what that said at all. I'm so glad that I went and found the instructions myself because they was about to have me with my pancakes flat or like all kinds of mess. Like
Okay. Like, girl.
it's a mess.
Girl, I'm
Talking
telling
about
you.
putting milk in here. This don't need no milk.
Girl. I mean, and too much. This is just too much. We are doing way too much that was never required of us. And I'm with you. I'm like, that was the issue with my marriage. I wanted to know what did I do wrong? Like I didn't go into it to get divorced. So I'm like, what did I do wrong? And I'm that type of person. I'm going to find out. I'm going back to the beginning. What the heck happened and how do we change that? I'm not that person that's gonna sit here and just like sit and wallow in something. I want it
Or
to be
keep blaming the other
different.
person. Like the other person is gonna be the one who's gonna come along and get you married to somebody else.
Sis, say it again. Like the other person gonna come along and get you married to somebody else.
Like
And that's another thing. That's one thing, another common misconception before we get out of here. My ex. You shouldn't have an ex. If you're a friend, you don't have exes. You have character witnesses. Those people should be able to say, you know what? It wasn't Tasha. It was me. Tasha did everything. Tasha was. Now I ain't saying Tasha perfect. I'm telling you, when it came to love, Tasha loved me. I had the issue. That's what your character witness should be saying, or your exes. But you shouldn't have an ex, because you should have always showed up to be friend from the beginning to the end if it was tried and true. If it was tried and true.
That's what it is. They be
Yeah.
trying to bury that like a bad job that they got fired from. That's why they be exes, because they were the
Right.
ones that was messing up
Right.
and got
Right.
fired.
Hello? The one that you can't put on your application, on your new application. You can't put that one on the new application.
Oh,
Like,
you cheated. Oh, so and like that, but that's the thing. Like, people, they lie about all of their own
yeah,
transgressions, because instead of them looking at, that's the person I was with that person. Like, and that's the thing. Like, because you could
teaching point.
absolutely cheat on every single person that you ever,
Listen,
and then, but that doesn't make you a cheater. Like,
listen.
that's what I'm saying. Like, you can't take on the identity of your actions. Your
No, you can't.
actions come
I love
out
that.
of your identity. If you identify as a cheater, then you're gonna cheat.
You're
If
going
you
to.
identify as a person that is interacting with this person, and you happen to end up cheating in, in this then that's what you did in that situation, because you thought it was a good idea at the time. Because 9 times out of 10, you ask somebody why they cheated, they don't know. Or they know, but they don't want to say it, because because they don't want to sound selfish. They don't want to sound, self-centered. But you have to be. We are all narcissists. We are all self-centered. We
Can you
all
teach,
want what
queen?
we want.
Can you
Okay,
teach, queen? And you will go
and
to
that is
great lengths
okay.
to get it. You will
Yes,
go to great lengths to
and
get
that is
it. So that's when
okay.
people are trying to tell you like they doing something. No.
Yeah,
You did it because you wanted
wanted
to.
to.
When it's
Period.
something you want to do you see how far you'll go? Do you see how you'll move mountains?
Because
You
it
don't
was
even got no
fun.
money. You'll get the money. When it's something you want to do,
They say
you
I got
will
caught up
make
in the
the way.
moment. No, this is what I wanted to
Yep.
do in the moment. You ain't get caught up in no moment.
You
You
ain't get caught up in
created that
nothing.
moment.
Teach.
You going to where
Teach.
you went with the people that you
Teach.
went there with the intention in your
Teach.
mind to do, because you had that intention when you
You
left the house.
wanted to. And here we go again. That's crazy. Again, just talking with different, friends, getting like ideas. And one friend is just like, this girl was like, "Yep, I wasn't like I was until I got with you." No, you was just like that. I brought it out of you.
Exactly, because I was showing. I was that friend. I was condoning all the BS. But I always had a disclaimer. I was like, look, if you don't want to do this, don't tell me that, because I'm the one. I'm gonna make sure it get done. Like, if we're going to go and do XYZ, guess what? We're doing X, Y, and Z. You can't get there and be like, oh, well, I'm not with Y. Well, you should have left at X, because we already at Y.
Right. Oh my gosh.
Do it. That's definitely me.
Hello.
Okay, so don't.
Hello. I am the encourager. I am the
So
one.
you got to let me know before we leave. Look, make sure I don't do this and I don't do that. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And then I know when we, hey, no,
Cool.
abort. We not like.
That's all you need. Just communicate. You see, communicate that with me, because you gotta know I'm that friend that's gonna push it to the limit. I promise you.
Full certain.
Oh my god. And then just before because I'm gonna give you the final thoughts. When you were talking about cheating, listen. When she's talking about cheating, she's talking about in marriage. Ain't nobody cheating nobody in a single relationship unless you are aware of the rules, your right, roles, and responsibilities, and the other person isn't. That's cheating. You're not playing fair. That's cheating. Other than that, you single. Ain't nobody cheating on nobody. Everybody has a right to friendship with whomever they want to. You cannot control and manipulate people.
Boy, people, man, they can't stand it. They can't take making their
stand
skin itch. Like,
that's mine. You don't own anything. This is what, when you talk like that lets me know the relationship you have with God. You don't own nothing. You are a steward and a manager of even yourself.
Yep.
So how do you now have possession over somebody, and then you say, okay, nobody else deal with this person because you are bitter.
You saying I'm like, oh,
you are bitter.
Therapy.
Okay, therapy. You need that. You need to be therapy.
Okay.
Somebody needs to rate
Get
your
help.
house.
Get help whether you want it or not.
Okay, whether you want it or not. You gonna get this help. Doc, give us the final thoughts on unequal yoke and precepts, concepts for today's show.
Whew.
Man.
We gonna go all the way back to foundation.
Ah,
Yourself.
I love it. I love
Yourself. People
yourself.
get all outside their body
Yeah.
when they, get near another soul, and it's just like, oh, like, now they a whole nother part. Like, you can't do that. If you can't be you
Thank you.
wherever you are, with
Thank you.
whomever you're with,
Thank you, Queen.
then you were never you. You
Teach,
never took the
Queen.
time to learn to learn your wants, your desires, your needs. Because, like I said, like, yeah, God's providing your need, but you got to know that you need it.
Teach, Queen.
If you don't know you need it,
you have to be aware of your need. You cannot just be like, oh, willy-nilly. Come on, sis.
be lost. And then now you're expecting this other person to come and fulfill stuff for you that you don't even know how to fulfill yourself.
How can I help you, King, if I don't even know your plan and you don't even got one?
And don't know how to communicate it. Like, that's the thing. Like, you gotta be able to take these broad abstract ideas, concepts, and feelings and make it concrete. That's communication. Once you speak, that's why there's power in the tongue, because once you speak it, it already is. You have just created something. That is creation. When you're talking, you are creating. And if you can't do that, then you cannot expect someone else to do it for you. Because guess what I can't do? I can't speak. They be like, you took the words out of my mouth. No, I just happened to say the same thing that you was saying.
That's it.
But no, you still got, they still in your mouth because you didn't say it.
That's it. They're still there. Remember, I said it. I said it.
So get yourself together and mind your own business in all cases and instances. If you start getting to a point to where you feel like you're being triggered, well, they not doing what I want them to do, or what they need to be doing. When the minute you start saying what somebody else should be doing, feeling, saying all of this other stuff, you minding somebody else's business.
Yes, you are.
You don't know that. They're doing exactly what they need to be doing, because guess what? It's getting you to think and move and be and talk in a different way. And you're the one that doesn't want to change, that doesn't want to turn, that doesn't want to do something different in a different situation. That is your fault. And because you're minding somebody else's business, you can't mind your own.
Teach.
That's
and it's just that simple. It's just that simple. I mean, and I'll just go ahead and close this out with unequal yoke. When you listen, this is huge. And this is not just in relationship with people. This is in business. If you do not agree, there's no movement. You are paralyzed. You're not going nowhere. I don't care how many resources you can have, all the money in the world. You can build that thing on up and make it as pretty as you would like it. It's going to fall. It is destined to fall at some particular point in time. I don't know how many people are going to be injured, damaged, broken, or even dead because of, or the result of, the fact that you built something that you knew you built on shaky ground. The lives, the casualties. I'm just saying, you ain't thinking, you're not cognizant of your children having to reap benefits of something that you have built upon something that was shaky. Them people that was, I think it's in Florida, they knew that it was issues with the foundational structure of that building before it fell. Countless people have lost their lives. 3 people came out surviving. But look at, because it was built improperly, the foundation improperly. So it's like, dude, hey, if you want his blessing, do it his way. 2 people will never walk together. They will never walk together if they do not agree. Agree with what? With his word. Not y'all social activities. Not y'all favorite foods, not y'all favorite restaurants. You agree with his word. And if you agree to follow him individually, then you can agree to follow him together. But it ain't until that individual gets together And then you can dead like trying to blame people, you know, they don't love me. Well, have you looked to see if you loved yourself? So
Minding
unequal
somebody
yoke.
else's business again.
That you saw that? You saw how quick you went into that lane? Did
Man,
you see how quick it was right there? Quick! It was quick.
they don't love me. What they got to do with you?
It got to do with you. I didn't know that you were here to get Nancy's check. I didn't. If you're here for Nancy's, who's gonna do yours? So, Battle of the Wheels, y'all. We'll be back next week. What is our topic for next week? Let me see. Let me go ahead and pull up the brand. For next week, we'll go ahead and hit communication equals relationship.
Yeah, and I touched on that a little bit. Yeah, we're gonna deep dive in that one because that's a juicy topic right there.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I got some
nucleus.
stuff.
It's like the ground.
Yeah, I already got some stuff turned. Oh yeah. Yeah.
I can't wait. I'm really excited about this particular series. Like I love it. I love all of the sections in this one. And it's really hitting, like it's going further or deeper beyond the Baywatch and beyond just mastering singleness or mastering yourself. Now we get an opportunity to say how.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like the how. And it's like, hey, look at the idea that you have regarding anything.
Yep.
Check it. See, where did it come from? Don't just, if your mama told you, find out where your mama got that from. Because your mama could be the better Betty that I'm talking about. Okay? The better broken Betty. And here's the thing, it ain't always women. Men be out
there too, yeah.
It's some bitter
broken they just want you. They just want you for your money. The whole time, that's all they had going for them.
At the time,
all they did was work and spend money. So that's all they had to give. They couldn't hold a good conversation. They were always at work, so they couldn't show up for important stuff. So all they had to give was money. So they feel like that's all women want because that's all they had to give.
They had to give. Yeah. So, yeah, let's go ahead and close on that. I don't want to say not another word. We lit. No, that's the other show. Master singleness or absolutely nothing at all, y'all. We are out of here. The Battle of the Wheels. Don't come out of this thing limping. Ask Jacob.
No.
You are battling the wheel. You battling him. Okay? It's between your will and God's. And I promise you, you're going to lose. All right, y'all. We'll be back next week. Later. Wait, let me see. I hate that. I hate doing this. And I'm still on